What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am here to bring you all my review of Tales of Zestiria, the X, the Cross, episode 3. So let's get this started. So with this week's episode of Tales of Zestiria, this was a pretty slow-paced episode compared to, I guess, the last few episodes that we have gotten. But that's because of, the world building that is involved with the Tales of Zestiria series. I mean, this is based off of a 120-hour game, so it's going to be kind of slow-paced in the beginning. We're not directly going to get into the nitty-gritty of the story and the action, at first glance. We need to set up the world and the characters first. Now, pretty much what we get out of this episode is having Alicia get used to the world that Sorey is from, and that is the world amongst the Seraphim. Now, this is the part of the episode in which I was slightly confused on and had a slight problem with, but in actuality, it really wasn't that big of a deal, but hear me out. So, in the game of Tales of Zestiria, we have Alicia, Alicia's first confrontation that she meets with Mikleo and Sorey. She is quite confused as to what Sorey is talking about, and when she ends up going to Sorey's hometown for the first time, she is completely confused as to what he is talking about regarding, the other Seraphim that reside within his village, because we see a scene play out where Sorey is introducing the villagers to Alicia, and she is just like, what are you talking about here? I only see you here. Like, what are you talking about? However, in the episode that we got this week when it comes to Tales of Zestiria, we see that Alicia seems like she just kind of accepts the fact that there are, in fact, Seraphim that are still alive and still exist. And even at the end of this episode, when Alicia is leaving Elysium, she states to Sorey that even though I could not hear a single word from the Seraphim, I could still feel their invisible presence. And I was just like, how? Because you don't even start to, grasp a presence of the Seraphim until, a few hours in the game. And I was just kind of, confused on this, why they would skip out on this important aspect of her character, because it's almost like, as she starts to develop a certain connection with the Seraphim over time, the more she ends up trusting Sorey. But it seems like in this anime episode, they completely ignored that factor of her character. So I was just a little confused on that. However, they are adapting a 120-hour game, so there is going to be some things that they skip out on. So I just was very confused on why they would actually skip out on her important aspect to her character when it comes to her connection with Sorey and the Seraphim, though. But, it's really not that big of a deal. Yo, but that fight with Lunar, Mikleo, and Sorey, the animation went in, and the fight was just, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, man. Like, Lunar is a fucking beast. I loved it. If anybody doesn't know who Lunar is, it's basically the Fox guy, the Hellion that ends up infiltrating Elysium and wreaks havoc. Like, dude, it was so cool to see that fight, and it looks like in the next episode, we see at the end of the episode of Tales of Zestiria that Mikleo and Sorey are going to leave Elysium because Sorey has a premonition that, the Fox guy, Lunar, is heading after Alicia, so they need to save her. And this is where the Tales of Zestiria journey, the adventure, starts to take place. So definitely things are going to pick up in the next episode of Tales of Zestiria, and I just can't wait for the next episode to come out. It's going to be sick. So yeah, guys, that about does it for this review of Tales of Zestiria. Let me know in the comments down below on what you thought about this week's episode in the comment section down below. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. It always helps out the channel. And if you want to stick up to date to my future content on this channel, subscribe. It's free. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.